Am I audible at the end? Okay. So first of all, good morning everyone, and thanks to our VVIT management and our faculty and the alumni team, and for the audience who joined with me. So thank you everyone. So bear with me for 1 hour. I will try to give you more and more knowledge for you. So I don't disappoint you who are sitting here, and I don't disappoint the alumni team especially who make all these arrangements, and thank you everyone. So before we start our 1 minute. Main topic. So let's assume this is not a college, this is not a seminar hall. So I'm your colleague in a company. So you are entering into a company. And what are the thoughts that you come into your mind whenever you are entering into a company? So anyone have any thoughts? You got a job, you are sitting in a seminar room in a company, you are waiting for the HR responses to whom you are allocated the projects and everything. What are the first question that comes into your mind? What is the first question that comes into your mind? You can feel free to ask any question. Forget about your faculty are sitting, just the first thing that comes into your mind whenever you are joining into a company. Okay, let me tell you the first question. Recently the freshers joined into my company and they asked the first question is, bro, how is the company work-life balance? And the second question, did they allocate the project which we like or what they like? And the third question they will ask is, do we need to follow any timings in the company? These are common questions, but no one asks, did we get the work which we like? No one will ask this question. And I'm interested in particular technology. Did I get this work in this company? These are the questions that you have to ask whenever you are going to into a company. And okay, let's go into our agenda first. These are the topics I'm going to cover today. So icebreak challenge. So why this icebreak challenge means, in a company, we used to follow this format. We don't go directly into any presentation. First, we will start with a small challenge. So we will ask few fun activity. So we will ask few questions. We'll make everyone's mind clear and peacefulness. No need to hurry and about thing. Just we want everyone to be in a comfortable zone. And the first thing, what's your name? Navya called me like a sir. In a corporate world, we are not supposed to call as sir. We have to supposed to call with our first names. So my name is Naveen, call me as Naveen, not like a sir, madam. We have to avoid these words in a corporate world. This is the first thing we have to learn. And the second thing is communication. We know what others are saying, but they have to know what we are saying also. That is the most important thing in a corporate world. Everyone knows English, but are we speaking in a good English, what they are understanding? That is the second most thing. Communication is the most and prior important thing in a corporate world. If you don't have communication, it's very difficult to move forward. So you are working in Hyderabad. So all colleagues are Telugu people, let's assume. And but our clients are US people. You joined in a meeting. They are telling something. You don't get a chance to ask your colleague what he is saying because they are busy in listening, you are busy in listening. So the first and foremost important thing is communication. Try to start speaking in English. Not only speaking, listening, understanding, and communicating the same way to the others. This is the second most thing. Okay, let's go to our icebreak challenge. I will ask you two silly questions. Just try to understand and answer it to me. Okay, are you ready to answer those questions? It's just brainstorming questions only. It's not like a very IAS or IPS questions. Are you guys ready? Yes, sir, or yes, Naveen? That's good. Now you started calling me as Naveen. I'm feeling proud. Okay. Are you comfortable in English or Telugu? Question. Huh? Mixed answers I am coming. Group answers. English or Telugu? English or Telugu? No, I am not listening. English or Telugu? English or Telugu? You? Okay. Let me show you one slide. It's okay. We'll have this ice break challenge at the end because PPT is not opening right now. Okay. Let's go into the second one, the full stack developer. So how many of you know what is a full stack means? Okay. What is a stack? Okay, it's a technical question. So what is a full stack means? Generally, whenever you open Amazon website, what will you see? An UI, right? That we call as a front end. Okay. So we want to order something. You will choose one order. You will choose one item. When you click on that item, it will go on to the cart. How it is going on to the cart? When you click on that, that will be done by the back end. Okay, you are clicking on this. Okay, let me pull this to the cart. Okay, you did it on the cart. When you click on the submit, what is happening on the back end? It is storing in the database, right? When you click on the submit button, it will go into the database and it will store that info. Yeah, this person logged in as this, logged in, and they added into the cart. This is the cart ID and these are the items. All the information will be saved in the database. Okay, done. Everything is done. After that, you are doing something. This is the full stack, means a front end and the back end and the database. So mostly you can see this here, the front end. So how front end means we have so many languages. In your 4 years BTech, you are learning C, C++, Java, Python, and R languages. So many languages are you are learning. Where these languages will helpful for us? Where this language is helpful for us? It's very difficult to define. Okay, whether if I use C, whether it is useful for front end, back end, or database. How can you define? Let's see some. These are the front end. So don't worry. This is very confusing thing. This is also very confusing. I will make it as a very simple and clear thing for you. If I show you this, you will get fear. Definitely you will get the fear. Why I kept this means, you have to understand what does a back end and the front end means. I just simplified like this. Which one is easy to understand? The previous two images or this one? This one, right? So if you see the front end, Angular, React, Vue.js, middleware, Python, Java, C#, database, MySQL, MongoDB, NoSQL, Postgres. How many of you know these languages? How many of you identify there are languages, there are databases, there are frameworks and libraries? We know only programming languages, right? I think everyone understands Python, Java, and MySQL. Rest of the things, it's nil in our mind. Am I correct? So if you see the front end, what is Angular, what is React, and what is Vue.js? So we are learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. How many of you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript? No one knows? Okay, how many of you doesn't know HTML, CSS, JavaScript? Raise your hands. Now everyone knows. This is called reverse engineering. Do you know reverse engineering means? So that you will learn in a software engineer subject. So when you don't know the answer, you have to come in a reverse manner. Okay, how I need to get the solution, you have to come in a reverse manner. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript is like a simple basic of Angular, React and Vue.js. And the middleware, Python, Java, C# are the basics of middleware. Database is common, MySQL. It is the only thing that everyone knows. And we have Postgres, we have NoSQL, we have MongoDB. We are not supposed to go in deep, but I will explain about this front end and the middleware. Those are most important things for us. So I think everyone knows packages, right? In a Java or in a Python, we are using packages, right? Anyone used packages? Yes. Just head like this or head like this? Okay. Let's go with the Angular. So what does this Angular means? First of all, Angular, React, Vue.js. Why we have three? One is enough, na? Why we have three? It's not only three, we have many. We have many front-end frameworks and libraries. So first of all, I'm telling about a framework, library, package. What is this? What is a framework? What is a library? What is a package? You are writing a function, right? You are writing a function in a Java, C, C++, any language you are writing a function. Okay, you are writing. You are reusing that function at somewhere else, right? So that reusing function you can combine into a package. These packages combine into a library. These libraries will combine into a framework. That's where the terminologies comes. What is a framework? What is a library? What is a package means? So when it comes to React, React is a JavaScript library. React is a JavaScript library. What is a JavaScript? It is also a programming language, but it's a scripting language. Before that, I just want to explain about how many types of full stack developers we have. Let me tell you one thing. How many of you know Java? Just raise your hands. Okay. Python? Okay. If I give a chance to you, will you use Java or Python in the middleware? Java? Java or Python? Python? Java? Okay. If you use Java in the middleware, you are a Java full stack developer. If you use Python in the middleware, you will become Python full stack developer. You understand? You have only one chance to learn. Both we can't mix together. So if you learn Java, you will become a Java full stack developer. If you learn Python, you will become a Python full stack developer. And if you learn C#, you will become a .NET developer. And now we have JavaScript also. That is the most important thing I will discuss. So how many of you know data structures and algorithms? Very few. 1, 2, that's it. So how you implemented data structures and algorithms? Java, Python, C, C++. C, right? Means you good at data structures and algorithms. So you are eligible for learn Java full stack developer. Why not Python? Python is a predefined one. We will get everything in a predefined manner. So you won't do anything. We have all predefined things. If you go to a list, we will dot append, dot pop, right? You will use all these methods. Inside these methods only we have data structures concepts. Then what's the use of learning data structures? Let's make it simplify. Let's make it simplify. So he introduced Node.js framework. Sorry, Node.js is not a framework. Node.js is a environment where the JavaScript can be executed. Like C, like Java, we have, for Java we need JDK, right? For Python we need pip. Similarly, for JavaScript, we need Node.js. So Node.js is not a framework, but it has frameworks. Okay? So they introduced to eradicate these data structures, JavaScript and Python. So who are fear of these data structures, they can learn Node.js. Node.js in the sense JavaScript. Okay, remember that. Whenever I'm saying Node.js, think of JavaScript. So you don't need to worry about the data structures concept. Oh, if I learn data structures, then only I will get the job. Means that's not correct way. So they have, for everything there is a solution, means that solution is JavaScript. So don't fear of data structures, but fear of learning. If I didn't learn, what will happen? If you didn't learn data structures, you will lose your mind. If you learn data structures, you will gain your logical ability. Python is making everyone lazy. How many of you agree? Python will definitely make you lazy. You won't learn anything. Just simple push, pop, add, that's it. When you start C learning, you have to write a function to add two numbers. Or to add any number into an array, you have to write a separate function. And you have to use linked list also, right? How many of you remember linked list? Linked list, right? If you want to search for a node in a linked list, you have to write a big method, right? But in Python, we have a simple method, search. We can use that and we can find that index and everything. The only thing is logical. We will lose the logic when you use Python. Okay, remember that. When you are entering into a corporate world, you are not habituated for the Python. You are habituated for the Java only, or C++ or C. Because you have to gain your logical ability. No one will spoon feed you in the company. They will guide you, but they won't spoon feed you. If a person is spoon feeding, means he is more intelligent man. Remember that. He is helping you a lot. If a person in the corporate world spoon feeding, means he is very good person. That he is helping you to how to survive in the world. Okay. Okay, till now, any questions you can ask? Sure. Oh, you don't have questions? Sorry. Any silly question, I am ready to answer. Till now. Yeah, don't discuss among yourself. Discuss with me. I am here to help you. Okay, let me resume. So we finished this middleware, Python, Java, I told. Okay, what is this Django, Flask, Spring, Spring Boot, .NET? I told, right, framework. Okay, sorry.
What is main stack?
Huh?
Main stack.
Main stack. Main stack abbreviation. Okay. We have main stack, MERN stack, MERN. Here in the main, A means Angular. In the MERN, MERN means R stands for React. It will cover here. Okay. The only abbreviation it is nothing different. The technology we are using, suppose if you see Angular, Python, MySQL, they will name it as my something. They will name it based on the technology. They will name that. Main stack means N stands for Node, A stands for Angular, MongoDB. Okay, that is an abbreviation. Instead of Angular, we are using React. So that is called MERN stack. You got my point? Focus on full stack, not on mean or MERN. And next thing is middleware. We have Django and Flask, Java, Spring, Spring Boot, .NET. What is this? Up to college level, we are learning Java. Okay, when you are entering into the corporate world, we are not supposed to use our void main and everything. We have to be advanced level. I said, right, framework library means Python uses Flask and Django frameworks. Means it has all predefined libraries, and there are so many libraries we can utilize that help us to develop an application. Okay. Till now we are learning what is a variable, what is a data type. But when entering into this frameworks, you forget about those basics. You have to concentrate on how to use those basics to create an application. I will show you at the end, a demo session I have prepared for you. I will show you at the end how to prepare and all those stuffs. And then when it comes to Java, Java has its own frameworks, Spring and Spring Boot. Okay. C# also has its own framework, .NET. Okay. Let's remove this. Let's go on to the front end. So everyone knows HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? So Angular, React, Vue.js. In these three frameworks, Angular is developed by the Google, and React is developed by Facebook. Vue.js is developed by some community. So there are few applications that mainly uses Angular is Google only, Microsoft, IBM. Those UI structures will be developed in Angular. And React, just now I told Facebook. Facebook is built on the React. And Vue.js, we have some, I didn't clearly remember that name. Let me see. Okay. Some name called, it starts with I, but I didn't remember. I will tell you by end of this session. Among these, which one is best? Anyone have the question this? Which one is the best, Angular or React or Vue.js? Which one I have to use? One word answer. Anyone stand up and tell? React? React? Angular? Vue.js? Okay, let me tell you an example. There is one small company. 10 employees are there. There is one small application. What is the usage of that application? 10 members, right? What is inbound and outbound of that application? How many members will use that application? It's a simple application only. Just log in, log out, attendance. Okay? For this application, do I need a huge amount of libraries and frameworks and all those stuffs? No need. Just HTML, CSS, JavaScript is enough. Similarly, okay, let's increase the 10 to 20, 100 or 1000. Now, HTML, CSS, JavaScript will not useful. Then we need a library kind of thing. Means it's a small application. It doesn't depend upon any huge kind of things. React. React is a library. Okay? And now let's come to a big applications. Big application. Google is a very biggest application. Okay? It's a framework. Framework is nothing but it's a collection of libraries. React is just simply a library. Now you got my point? It depends upon the application size and the need. That's why we are choosing these different frameworks and libraries. For smaller applications and for only the there is a concept called binding, how the data is flowing. Based on that concept also they will use library or the framework. So just simply if you ask me, for smaller applications there is only one way of going of information, then we use libraries called React. Okay? And if it is a very huge application, information going to and fro, it's going back and coming again onto the UI, then we will use Angular. Vue.js is also one of the kind of both bidirectional. Okay? Everyone understood? Or getting sleep? Sleep? Okay. MySQL, we have different types of databases we have. Tabular and object oriented. That is least bother we can. Okay? Bother about front end and middleware only. Now everyone has a question. Which one I want to choose if I want to grow more? Which technology has more importance in our future? Everyone has this question in mind? Actually, every technology has its own comfortness. Why we are not using Java? Why we are using only Python means? Python has its own specific. Java has its own specific. The first thing is, in a web development world, Java is ruling, okay? But when it comes to the data, Python is ruling. When it comes to the statistics, our language is ruling. So we can't use Java in a data related stuff because it has very less compared to the Python. We have to use which fits for that technology only. If I ask you to build an application with the Python means, we can build the application, but it can't support the securities and the load balances how the Java supports, because Java has many features compared to the Python. Python is helpful only for the data related stuff, AI, ML, data science. There only we are using Python is huge. There we are using very huge. That's why we have different tech stacks we have. We have DevOps models also. DevOps is a different thing. DevOps is completely different from the full stack, but it is one of the part of full stack. So we have developed an application. Okay, now it is fine. How to use that application? It is running in my local. How I can give it to you? How can I give it to you? There DevOps comes into picture. There we have, how many of you remembered Git? Git, do you know Git? Version control system. So Git is one of the most important thing that everyone should learn. Without Git, you can't survive. You developed work in your system, how can you give that work to the management? That's very difficult. Without Git, you can't move forward also, okay? So one thing I want to share is, if anyone is interested to know more about how the software culture will be, you can personally come and ask. I think many of them are uncomfortable to ask questions in a group, but you are welcome to ask questions in personally also. I will be here for half an hour more, and I am ready to answer your questions personally also. Thank you.
Present a memento to our guest speaker, Mr. Naveen Babu, as a symbol of our gratitude for sharing his expertise with us today.